Hello students, today we are going to continue our first lesson, the first tale. This is the last topic and that is speed. Today we are going to learn about speed, and in this topic what we are going to learn, in this topic we will learn what is speed, how can we measure the speed, what is the unit of speed, as you measure the length in meter, you measure the time in seconds, hours, minutes, and you measure the weight in kilogram. Like this you have a unit for speed. Another thing is, if you have a distance and time, how can you calculate the speed? If you have speed and time, how can you calculate the covered distance? If you have speed and distance, how can you calculate the time? So first of all, what is speed? First of all, you need to learn what is speed. Okay, one student will say, sir, who is going fast, that is the speed. No, that is the thing, that who is going fast means his speed is more than the speed of which you are comparing with. Means as like as two students are running. Okay, two students start running. Okay, these are two students and they start running at one point, and after some time, what you see, after some time you see one student overtake the another one. So what will you say? That this student have more speed, means his speed is more than this student. Okay, so now you see, let's suppose this is some distance. Okay, this is some distance. Okay, and this is student, this is student number 1, this is student number 2. Okay, so that will be easy for us. Yeah, so student 1 covers more distance than student 2. He also covers some distance, but his distance is more. His distance is more. In the same time, this student covers more distance. So you will say, yeah, he is covering more distance in same interval of time, so his speed is more. His speed is more. So what is the speed? What is the speed? Distance covered in time. Okay, so how can you calculate the speed? Distance per time. Okay, you will understand this later. First of all, you need to understand this. Okay, I will say Ram covers 1 meter in 4 seconds. Okay, now if I say, tell me, if Ram wants to cover 20 meter, how much time he will take? So you will say, okay sir, 20 minutes, 20 meters, no issue, we will multiply 20. We will multiply 20 into 4, then we will able to calculate 4 to the 8, means 80 seconds. Okay, if I say I want to know if he wants to cover 50 meter, okay, no issue. What do you need to do? 50 meter into 4 seconds, because for 1 meter he covers, for 1 meter he takes how much time? 4 seconds. To cover 50 meter, how much time he will take? 50 into 4. Because for 1 second, 1 meter, he is taking a time of 4 seconds. For 50 meter, he will going to have the time 50 into 4. How? 200 seconds. Now you will say, sir, how you are doing this? So you have learned in the previous lesson. Tell me one thing. If one pencil cost is 3 rupees, one pencil cost is 3 rupees. So how much will be the cost of 4 pencils? So you will say 4 into 3. 4 3 is a 12. Okay. Let's take one more example. If one book cost is 20 rupees, if one book cost is 20 rupees, so how much will be the cost of 5 books? Okay, one book 20 rupees. 5 into 20, 100. Means 5 book cost is 100 rupees. Very simple. Like this, Ram covers 1 meter in 4 seconds. For 20 meter, how much time? 80 seconds. For 50 meter, how much time? 200 seconds. Okay, now you got it. Okay. So as you see, as the distance increases, time also increases. 20 meter, 80 seconds. 1 meter, 4 seconds. 50 meter, 200 seconds. Okay, now suppose Ram increases his speed and covers 1 meter in 2 seconds. Okay, now he is running fast and he is going to cover 1 meter in 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Ram covers 1 meter in 2 seconds. He has increased his speed and now he is covering 1 meter in 2 seconds. Okay, now the same, to cover 20 meters, how much time he will going to use? 20 into 2 means 40 seconds. Okay, now you see, look here. This and this. He has increased the speed. Okay, so here the speed is less, he is covering 1 meter in 4 seconds. Here is the speed is more, he is covering 1 meter in 2 seconds. When it comes to 20 meter, so he covers in 80 seconds here and here 40 seconds. Distance is same, but the time is reduced. When he increases the speed, time reduces. Okay, now come here. At the same time, you can look here, at the same time he covers the more distance. Okay, let's understand with an example. So you need to remember this. When someone increases the speed, time decreases. When someone increases the speed, time to cover a specific distance decreases. Again, I am going to repeat this. When someone increases the speed, he is going to cover that distance in less time. He is going to cover that distance in less time. When someone increases the speed, he is going to cover the distance in less time. You can understand with this example. Now take one more example. Okay. Now suppose Rahul covers distance. Rahul covers distance in how much time? Let's suppose 1 hour. Okay. Rahul covers distance in 1 hour. 1 hour, how much distance he is going to cover? Let's suppose how much distance he is going to cover in 1 hour. Let's suppose 5 kilometers. Okay. Rahul covers distance in 1 hour. How much distance? 5 kilometers. Okay. If I say in 2 hours, how much he is going to cover? 5 to the 10. You will say 10 kilometers. Okay. If I say in 10 hours, how much he is going to cover? 10 into 5. 10 5 is a 50 kilometers. Okay. Now, this time Rahul increases his speed and Rahul covers distance in 1 hour. Now he has increased his speed and this time he is covering one hour. He is covering in 1 hour how much distance? Let's suppose 8 kilometers. Okay. This time Rahul has increased his speed and he is covering 8 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay. In 2 hours, how much he is going to cover? 8 to the 16 kilometers. Okay. Now he has increased his speed 8 kilometer in 1 hour. In 1 hour he is covering 8 kilometers. Okay. For 10 hours, 10 into 8, 10 8 is the 80. Kilometer. Okay. So now what you going to see here is here the distance covered is 5 kilometer and in 1 hour here the distance covered is 8 kilometer. This time Rahul has increased his speed and he is covering 8 kilometer and here he is covering 5 kilometer. Okay. Now as the time increases for 10 hour, for this speed of with the speed when he is covering 5 kilometer in 1 hour, he covers 50 kilometer, and with the increased speed he covers 80 kilometer. Okay. So now look here, when the speed increases, covered distance increases. When the speed increases, the covered distance increases. But when the speed increases, the time decreases. When the speed increases, the time decreases. When the speed increases, the distance increases. So with the above two examples, we can understand the speed when the speed increases, distance increases. Distance increases. Okay, when the speed increases, the time decreases. Okay, the time decreases. Okay, so now you can see with the last two example, when the speed increases, distance increases. When the speed increases, distance decreases. So what should be the formula for speed? Speed equals to distance upon time. Means when the speed increases, distance increases. When the speed increases, time decreases. So speed equals to distance by time. Distance divided by time. Speed equals to distance divided by time. Okay, so this is the formula. With the help of this formula, you can find out speed if you know distance and time. You can find out speed if you know distance and time. So you need to know only two things and you can find out the third one. How many parameters are there? Speed, distance, time. Speed, distance, time. So if you want to find out the speed, you need to know how much the distance has been covered and how much the time has been utilized to cover that distance. Okay, if you want to find out the distance, you need to know the speed and the time. If you want to know the time, you need to know what is the speed and what is the distance covered. Okay, what you need to find? Suppose you want to find speed, so it should be left hand side. Okay, it is already left hand side and the other thing should be right hand side. So if you find out the speed, distance and time should be at the right hand side. If you want to find out the time, what you need to do? You have to take the time there and speed there. You have to interchange them. How?